fine day when Winnie the Pooh and Christopher Robin were having a picnic, Christopher Robin finished eating a sandwich and said,
"Guess what, Pooh? They'll be nominating candidates for President of the United States soon. Isn't that exciting?"
Yes, I suppose so.
said Pooh politely, pretending to understand what a president is.
The political parties will be having conventions. They will be working on platforms and choosing running mates. There will be campaigns and voters and a big election to see who becomes president. Oh, I wish I were old enough to vote, or even to nominate someone for president.
Pooh tried hard to think of something important to say, but before he could, the picnic was over, and Christopher Robin decided to hike to the top of the forest. But first, he made a small sign, fastened it to a stick, and gave it to Pooh. Pooh, of course, couldn't read, so he asked Christopher Robin what it said.
That's easy, Pooh. It says, "Pooh for President." You see, I would very much like to nominate you because you're a very dear bear.
Thank you very much, Christopher Robin.
And if we had a political party and a platform and lots of voters in the forest, I could.
With that, Christopher Robin stumped off. And now, Pooh began to think, harder than ever.
Think. Maybe, just maybe, Piglet has the things Christopher Robin needs to not nominate me. You never can tell.
So Pooh marched off to Piglet's house, and after saying, "Good afternoon," in a polite way, he asked,
Piglet,
Yes, Pooh.
would you by any chance have a political party, a platform, and lots of voters in your house? Christopher Robin needs them to nominate me for president.
I don't think so, Pooh. At least I hadn't seen any today.
Oh, bother.
But you can wear my yellow scarf to your party. I wore it to a party last week, and I think it was a political party.
Oh, thank you very much, Piglet. I'm sure it will help.
You're welcome, Pooh.
Then Pooh asked Piglet to help him search for the platform and the voters, and Piglet agreed. So off they went to see Owl, who gave them a platform he was planning to put his house on, and Eeyore, who gave them some sticks, saying they found them in a boat, which sounds very much like vote, which is all that matters anyway. Then carrying all these things, they set out for the top of the forest where they found Christopher Robin playing near his favorite oak tree.
You can nominate me for president now,
Said Pooh,
And here are the things you need to to do it.
added Piglet.
Silly old bear. I guess I didn't explain things about electing a president very well, did I?
At this point, Christopher Robin had Pooh and Piglet sit before him, and this is what he told them.
A president is a leader, Pooh. Every 4 years, the people choose a president in what is called an election. This is how it works. A political party, that is a group of people who have the same ideas about running the country, nominates or picks a person to run for president. The party also picks another person to run for vice president. He is the presidential running mate. His job is to help the president, and the two of them are called candidates.
I'm a very good helper, Pooh. Did you know that? I'd probably be a very good running mate, too.
Well, thanks, Piglet. Now, please go on, Christopher Robin.
If you meet someone who wants to be president, would you tell that someone, I'm a very good helper?
Yes, Piglet.
Unless you decide to run for president, you wouldn't have to tell yourself, Pooh.
Thank you, Piglet. What else does one need to know to run for president, Christopher Robin?
Well, Pooh, the political party also tells the people what kinds of things the candidates will do for the country if they are elected. Those things are called its platform.
So that's what it is.
The next thing you should know is that since there is usually more than one political party, more than one person runs for president.
And more than one for vice president.
Right. Well, after the candidates are nominated by the political parties, they go around and try to convince the people that they ought to be elected. That's called campaigning. Finally, on the first Tuesday in November, the people vote. That is, they choose which candidates they want by marking their names on a piece of paper called a ballot. The ones who get the most votes win. And remember, each person only gets one vote.
Suddenly, as Christopher Robin finished talking, a very grand idea popped into his head. He jumped up and said,
I've got it! We can have a political party. It will be all of us. Pooh and Piglet, Eeyore, Owl, all of us.
That's right, so we can have a platform.
And we can nominate a president and a vice president, too.
Hooray!
which is exactly what they did. And as you might guess, Pooh was nominated for president and Piglet for vice president. As for the platform, everyone in the forest had ideas to offer, but Pooh's was especially interesting.
If I'm elected president, I'll see that everybody gets a very, very large pot of honey, especially friendly little bears like me.
Well, that wasn't the best platform he could have thought of, but it certainly was the most delicious.